One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
We already had a speech today that was really, truly infuriating, although not surprising, from Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York City. And I'm going to play you the sound for it, and you can judge for yourself, but I am going to give you, just like I just did here, letting you know what the mainstream media is going to do, I'm going to give you a quick Cliff Notes right now of this very young man's speech. He's 34 years old. How a 34-year-old can be a mayor of New York City is already the problem. Someone who never really had a real job, yet another problem. And someone who's so inherently mixed up about what America is all about. He doesn't understand America. And more importantly, he doesn't want to understand America. You know, I was on this morning with John Katzmatidis. We were filling in for Sid Rosenberg on Sid and Friends in the Morning. And I told a story about a non-American that I think that Zohran Mamdani ought to learn a little bit more about. And that would be Gandhi, Mohandas Gandhi, the Mahatma. And Gandhi, I assume, is someone that Zohran Mamdani at least says he admires. He may not admire him because he wasn't a Muslim. And he was assassinated by a Muslim. But to his great credit, Gandhi, who was born in India but spent his adult life, a lot of his adult life in South Africa, fighting for civil rights for people in South Africa, successfully, really, in many ways, comes back to India while he's still, you know, he's not even middle-aged yet. And, of course, they immediately want Gandhi to be the leader of the civil rights movement, the independence movement in India. And what does he do? Does he say, yeah, I'm taking over? No. He insists that he needs a few years to travel the country and to reacquaint himself with the country and to really understand the country again. Because he didn't. And we have people like Zohran Mamdani, who's been a citizen for all of 7 years. I know he did his schooling here, for the most part, here in the United States. But he has never really lived outside of the Northeast. Yeah, he's visited L.A. He has not really been to America, frankly. He hasn't. And he's too young to be the mayor of the city, no matter what his background is. So for him to give a speech like he did this morning, truly mostly bashing this country, and again, the Cliff Notes are basically this. America is only good because it's allowing people like me and other immigrants to fix it. You'll hear it in some of the sound bites I'm going to play. And for any of you listening who thinks, oh, Jake doesn't want to hear anything bad about the United States, he's just a crazy patriot, no criticism, you couldn't be more wrong. Here's the thing, though. This is America's birthday. This is our celebration weekend. This is not the time to list your grievances, no matter how legitimate they might be. This is not the time. Oh, but Jake, when is the time? And you never want to do it. That's not true. There's plenty of times I think you could do it. Plenty of times. Actually, I'm going to give you a date where I think would be a good day for everybody in America to talk about the things that not only currently or historically we've done wrong. March 6th. March 6th would be a great day for the great American self-flagellation mea culpa day. And why do I choose that date? Because March 6, 1857 was the day that the Supreme Court handed down the Dred Scott decision, which was really, you could possibly say, was the low point of the moral history of this country. It was also the low point of the court. The opinion itself was a piece of garbage. Even if it had been morally correct, it was written like a piece of junk. So there's plenty of appropriate times to criticize bad American policy, bad American behavior. Of course, the most appropriate time is when it's actually going on and when you're accurate in what you're criticizing, none of which Zohar Mamdani did today. But I'll give you the date. Let's have it. March 6th. Every March 6th, noting that was the date in 1857 when we had the most morally reprehensible decision in the history of our courts, really, and by extension, our government in general, basically saying that any African American, basically, even if they weren't a slave at first, basically could never be given full human rights ever, no matter what state they were in, whether they were freed or not. I mean, it's an incredible piece of hateful, non-freedom, really anti-American garbage, and that would be a good day, March 6th. So here, I hereby proclaim March 6th to be the Day of Atonement, American Atonement. But that isn't this weekend.